Welcome to Tungal online classes. Today we are going to discuss about the concept of LC oscillations. LC oscillations. So in the LC oscillations, what we are going to study? So what is the meaning of the oscillation? We know that in the first PUC we studied the oscillation topic. Whenever any one of the particle will be existing or it is said to be in the oscillations, it is making to and fro motion about the main position. If any one of the object will be said to be in the oscillatory motion, what type of motion it have? It is making to and fro motion about the main position. And while it was making the oscillations about the main position, the executing particle, the particle will be having two types of energies. What are they? The particle will be having the potential energy as well as the particle will be having the kinetic energy. Already we know that whenever the particle will be making the oscillations about the mean position, when it was at the mean position, its potential energy value will be maximum and kinetic energy value is equal to 0. If the same particle will be coming to the mean position, its kinetic energy value will be maximum and the potential energy value will be minimum. That means which will be transferring here, the energy will be transferring from one form to the another form. At any one of the point, the total energy of the oscillating particle will be constant. So that in that oscillations of what we studied, there is existing of two different types of energies. One is the mechanical potential energy as well as the kinetic energy, and the total energy of the oscillating particle will be remains constant at any instant. The same phenomena we are going to apply in the case of the LC oscillations also. There we call the mechanical potential energy. So in the case of the LC oscillations, the mechanical potential energy value will be equivalent to the electrical energy that was stored in the case of the capacitor. Mechanical potential energy will be equivalent to the capacitor, as well as the kinetic energy value will be equal to the magnetic energy that is stored in the case of the inductor coil. So that some similarities are there between the mechanical oscillations as well as the LC oscillations. Now we are going to explain about the LC oscillations. So for that LC oscillations, first we will understand what we are going to study, and what is happening here. So in the case of the LC oscillations, the electrical energy will be converted into the magnetic energy. The electrical energy will be converted into what? Magnetic energy. Again, the magnetic energy will be converting into electrical energy continuously, so that the variation of or the conversion of electrical energy into magnetic energy and the magnetic energy into electrical energy, such type of phenomena we are calling as LC oscillations. So what is the actual meaning of the LC oscillations? In the LC oscillations, what we observed here, in the LC oscillation we may observe the electrical energy will be converting into magnetic energy and the magnetic energy will be converting into electrical energy continuously. Such a type of phenomena we are calling as a what? LC oscillations. So here for that LC oscillations, first we consider a capacitor. What we consider here? Capacitor and inductor coil will be considered. These two will be connected in the series combination with the help of a key. So I am assuming that at t is equal to 0, that is initially we are assuming that the key will be open. At t is equal to 0, what we assume here? The key will be open. So there will be a maximum charge. That will be stored over the capacitor plates. So at t is equal to 0, what I assume here? So at t is equal to 0, the key will be open and there will be a maximum charge will be stored on the capacitor plates. That means what type of a capacitor we consider here? We consider a capacitor which is fully charged. Which type of capacitor we consider here? We consider a capacitor which is fully charged. So that here I consider the capacitor C which is fully charged, and here Q0 is indicating what? The maximum charge the maximum charge which is stored on the capacitor plates, which is stored on the capacitor plates. And we know that about the basics of the capacitor. Whenever isolated capacitor will be taken, whenever an isolated capacitor will be taken, what amount of the electrical charge will be stored over the capacitor plates? What amount of the electrical charge that will be stored over the capacitor plates will be remains constant, Once again, when you taken the isolated capacitor, what is the meaning of isolated capacitor? A capacitor should not be connected to any electrical circuit. A capacitor which should not be connected to what? Any electrical circuit. Such type of capacitor we are calling a what? Isolated capacitor. When you consider the fully charged isolated capacitor, the total charge that was present over the capacitor plates will be remains constant, Then when that charge will be discharged means whenever a given capacitor will be connected in the given circuit, a given capacitor will be connected in a given circuit, at that instant only the capacitor will be discharged. So that I am assuming that whenever the tapping key will be closed, this circuit becomes a closed circuit. So whenever a closed circuit will be there and already some potential difference will be existing between the capacitor plates. So when you consider the charged capacitor means between the capacitor plates, how much type of potential difference will be existing? V is equal to Q by C. V is equal to what? Q by C. So a closed circuit will be there. Again, some potential difference will be there between the plates of the capacitor. As a result, current will be flowing through the capacitor. So I will write the expression for electrical energy which is stored in the case of the capacitor. So initially the capacitor is fully charged, so that the maximum electrical energy that is stored in the case of the capacitor will be given by Q naught square by 2C. Already we know that energy stored in the capacitor, that formula is equal to what? Half CV square or Q square by 2C. Here I am assuming that the maximum value of electrical charge, that is stored on the capacitor plates is equal to Q naught, so that initially there is a maximum electrical energy will be stored in the given capacitor, so that I wrote the expression for the initial electrical energy that was stored in the case of the capacitor plates. So whenever you are closing the key, what will happen? The capacitor will be discharged. So when the key K will be closed, what happens? The capacitor C is in discharging mode. So whenever the capacitor C will be in the discharging mode, what happens? Some electrical current is flowing through the given circuit. How can we define the electrical current? It is the rate of change of the electrical charge. So that I will define the electrical current. Which is flowing through the circuit as I is equal to minus dq by dt. I is equal to what I am writing here? I is equal to what? Minus dq by dt. Why we wrote a minus dq by dt here? Here, whatever the current that is produced within the circuit, here, why we are writing the negative sign here? Here, whatever the current that is produced in the LC circuit, that current is due to the decrease in charge. So here, the negative sign will be indicates what? The negative sign indicates what? The current I is due to the decrease in electrical charge. So with respect to the decrease in electrical charge, we got the electrical current, so that I assume that I is equal to what? Minus dq by dt. So what that is produced within the circuit will be variable current. Why? Always the charge which is stored on the capacitor plates will be decreases continuously means the amount of the charge, that is the amount of the charge that is decreased over the capacitor plates will be changes with respect to the time, will be changes with respect to the time, so that whatever the current that is produced in the electrical current will be, I is a what? I is a nothing but variable current. I is which type of current? Variable current. So, whenever the variable current is flowing through the inductor coil, whenever the variable current is flowing through the inductor coil, already we studied in the case of the electromagnetic induction. So, whenever there is a current will be changes through the coil, so magnetic field will be changes. Whenever the magnetic field will be changes, flux will be changes. Whenever there is a flux will be changes, which is linked with the each turn. In the case of the inductor coil, induced EMF will be developed. Once again, here the change in or the decrease in the electrical charge, here the decrease in the electrical charge from the given capacitor will be varies continuously, so that whatever the current we got in the case of the LC circuit, that current will be the variable current. So, whenever the variable current is flowing through the given inductor coil, so it will be producing the variable magnetic field. It will be producing what? Variable magnetic field. Whenever the magnetic field will be changes, flux is also changes. Whenever there is a change in a flux, according to the Faraday law of electromagnetic induction, induced EMF will be developed. So, the induced EMF developed within the inductor coil is equal to what? E is equal to minus L into di by dt. E is equal to what? Minus L into di by dt. So, here again minus sign will be there. What is the minus sign? The induced EMF is always opposes the induced EMF is always opposes the either increase in current value or decrease in current value. So, this is a very important. What is the role of the induced EMF means? The role of the induced EMF is always opposes either increase in current value or decrease in current value. So, here the nature of the current is what? A current value will be increases. Why? Whatever the charge will be stored on the capacitor plates, that will be initially decreasing means, so by decreasing the charge, the magnitude of the current will be changes. So, initially the nature of the electrical current is a what? Increase in current, so that the induced EMF will be opposing the increase in electrical current, so that whatever the charge initially present over the capacitor plates should not be coming to zero instantly. So, actually what is the role of the induced EMF means? So, the induced EMF opposes the sharp decrease in the electrical charge that was stored over the capacitor plates, so that as a result the amount of the charge value will be slowly decreases, and finally it is coming to what? Zero. Finally it is coming to what? Zero. What is the role of the induced EMF? The induced EMF opposes the decrease in the charge which was stored over the capacitor plates, decrease in the electrical charge that was stored over the capacitor plates. As a result, the decrease of the charge will be happens very slowly. The decrease in the electrical charge will be happens very slowly. As a result, it will took some time for getting the electrical charge to becomes to what? Zero. So, as the current value will be increases, which is a passing through the inductor coil, one more energy will be stored in the case of the inductor coil. Such a type of energy already we told magnetic energy. Already we know the formula for energy stored in the inductor coil is equal to what? Energy stored in the inductor coil is equal to what? Half into L into I square. Energy stored in the inductor coil is equal to what? Its nature will be the magnetic energy, and its formula will be given by half into L into I square, where I is indicating the instantaneous current. So, whenever the charge on the capacitor plates will be is equal to 0, whenever the charge on the capacitor plates will be is equal to 0, the current becomes to be maximum. Whenever the current becomes to be maximum, the maximum magnetic energy will be stored. The maximum magnetic energy will be stored in the case of the inductor coil. In the case of the inductor coil, like that, whatever the initially electrical energy will be stored in the case of the inductor coil, that total electrical energy will be converted into the form of the magnetic energy which was stored in the case of the inductor coil. Inductor coil. See here, up to now what we told, initially there is a maximum electrical energy will be stored over the capacitor plates. Initially, which type of energy will be stored in the case of the capacitor? Maximum electrical energy will be stored over the capacitor plates. That a maximum energy will be converted into the maximum magnetic energy. Maximum magnetic energy. See here, in the initial case, this maximum electrical energy will be converted into the maximum magnetic energy. Now, the energy becomes to be maximum in the case of the inductor coil. So that now, whatever the maximum energy that was stored in the case of the inductor coil, again, this energy will be loses. That energy will be loses. So, whenever the energy will be loses from the inductor coil, the current will be flowing from the inductor coil to the capacitor. The current will be flowing from inductor coil to the capacitor, and in this case, the capacitor will be charged. The capacitor will be charged with opposite polarity. The capacitor will be charged with the opposite polarity. Once again, whenever the energy will be flowing from inductor to the capacitor, initially energy will be flowing from where to where? Capacitor to the inductor coil. At that time, here you indicate that it is the positive plate, it is indicating with the negative plate. Now, whatever the maximum energy that is stored in the case of the inductor coil, that energy will be transmitted from inductor to the capacitor. So here, if the energy will be flowing from inductor to the capacitor, means what? The current will be flowing from the inductor coil to the capacitor plates. So that in this case, again the capacitor will be charged, with the reverse polarity, So this plate becomes to be what? This plate becomes to be positive plate, and this plate to be negative plate. This plate to be what? Negative plate. So that while the energy will be transmitting from the inductor coil to the capacitor, so the capacitor will be getting to be electrically charged with reverse polarity, when comparing with the initial case. So this type of transmission of the electrical energy to the magnetic energy and magnetic energy to the electrical energy will be takes place continuously. So the process of the transferring from electrical energy to the magnetic energy and magnetic energy to the electrical energy will be calling as LC oscillations. So here, if you assume there is no resistance, in the LC circuit, there is no wastage of energy. So if you assume there is no resistance will be placed, within the LC circuit, so what we will get? There is no wastage of energy. Suppose if resistance will be there, while the current is flowing through the resistance coil, some potential will be dropped, some energy will be consumed, some power will be consumed, so that some energy to be wasted when resistance will be there. So here we are assuming that the given LC circuit will be the ideal LC circuit. That means there is no resistance was present within the LC circuit. At that time, we will get there is no wastage of energy, either electrical energy or magnetic energy. But in practical, whatever the inductor coil, if you consider, the inductor coil is nothing but it is the combination of the inductor as well as the resistor. If you take if you take any one of the inductor coil, if you take any one of the inductor coil, the inductor itself having some finite resistance value. Due to this finite resistance value, some energy will be wasted in the form of the heat energy. Some energy will be wasted in the form of the heat energy, so that the LC oscillations magnitude will be gradually decreases. The LC oscillations magnitude will be gradually decreases. Finally, they becomes dead. So, this is a representation of LC oscillations. So, the magnitude of the LC oscillations value will be gradually decreases. The magnitude of the LC oscillations value gradually decreases at a particular instant. Total energy which is there in the LC circuit will be wasted because of some of the resistance will be present within the LC circuit. So, this energy wasted, whatever the energy wasted in the LC circuit will be appears in the form of the heat energy. So, this is the working of the LC oscillations. Now, we are going to derive the expression for the frequency. If any one of the object will be making the oscillations, it is having time period value. What is the time period? The time taken by the particle to complete one oscillations. Here, what is making the oscillations? Energy will be making the oscillations. So, it is converting from initially it is in the form of the electrical energy, and it is taking some time to convert the complete form of the magnetic energy. Again, from here it is converting from magnetic energy to the electrical energy. So, the time taken by the energy to complete one oscillation, that means initially from where it was started, from the electrical form to the magnetic form, again from the magnetic form to the electrical form. For this, some time taken will be takes place, that is taken as a what? Time period. So, here we are going to derive the expression for the frequency of LC. Now, see here, we are going to derive the expression for the frequency of oscillations of the LC circuit. Here I am assuming that at any instant, the charge on the capacitor will be taken as small q. At any instant, the charge present on the capacitor plate is equal to what? Small q. Why? Initially, we assume Q0 will be the maximum charge which is stored over the capacitor plates, but whenever the capacitor will be connected to the inductor coil, so due to the discharging mode, some charge will be wasted, some charge will be discharged. As a result, I am assuming that at any given instant, the amount of the charge that was present over the given capacitor is equal to what? Small q. So, whenever some charge will be there over the capacitor plates, between the capacitor plates, some potential difference will be existing. Between the capacitor pairs, some potential difference will be existing. So, the potential difference existing between the capacitor plates will be taken as the potential difference which is existing between the capacitor plates will be taken as Q by C. Next one. So, whenever the capacitor will be in the discharging mode, some electrical current is flowing through the given LC circuit. That current passing through the given LC circuit will be taken as current I is equal to what? Minus dq by dt. Why we taken the minus? Already I told. The current is existing due to the decrease in the electrical charge. Once again, whenever the current is passing through the inductor coil, across the inductor, some induced EMF will be existed. So that the induced EMF produced across the inductor coil is equal to induced EMF value is equal to what? Induced EMF is equal to minus L into di by dt. So, in the given LC circuit, we find two different potentials. We find two different potentials. One of the potential is across the capacitor, another potential is what? Across the inductor coil. Now, if you apply the Kirchhoff's second law, to the capacitor as well as the inductor coil, you get the potential difference across the capacitor plates will be taken as Q by C. The potential difference across the capacitor plates will be taken as what? Q by C, and the potential difference across the inductor will be Z equal to what? Minus L into di by dt is equal to 0. So, what law we applied here? We applied the Kirchhoff's second law. According to the Kirchhoff's second law, the algebraic sum of the potential drops and EMFs will be equal to what? 0. So that this is the potential drop across the capacitor and this is the EMF across the inductor coil. So, this value becomes to be Q by C minus L into, what is the I here? I is equal to minus dq by dt. I value is equal to what? Minus dq by dt. So, once again if you differentiate the I, you get di by dt value is equal to minus d square q by dt square, minus d square q by dt square. So, that the value of di by dt is equal to minus d square q by dt square, which is equal to what? 0. Which is equal to what? 0. This one minus of minus becomes to what? Plus. So that the second term here I will write as the first L into d square q by dt square plus q by c is equal to 0. So what you got the final equation? L into d square q by dt square plus q by c is equal to what? 0. Again it can be modified as d square q by dt square plus 1 by LC into Q is equal to 0. 1 by LC into Q is equal to what? 0. Once again say here, d square q by dt square plus 1 by LC into Q is equal to what? 0. What we told here actually, we are discussing about the LC oscillations. We are discussing about what? LC oscillations. Already I told at the starting of this topic, there is some similarities are there between the mechanical oscillations as well as the LC oscillations in the AC circuit. In the case of the mechanical oscillations, the general expression for the oscillating particle is d square x by dt square, d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. We have the general equation for oscillating particle in the SHM, so that d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0, or a plus omega square x is equal to 0, or a is equal to minus omega square x is equal to what? 0. If you compare these two equations, from this we will write omega square is equal to what? 1 by LC. Omega square is equal to what? 1 by LC. What is the omega here? Angular frequency. From this we will write omega is equal to 1 by under root LC. 1 by under root LC. From this again omega is equal to 2 pi f. Directly I am writing f is equal to 1 by 2 pi under root LC. F is equal to what? 1 by 2 pi under root of LC. So this is the required expression for the frequency of LC oscillations. What is the general formula for the frequency? F is equal to 1 by 2 pi under root of LC. The similar type of equation you got in the case of the LCR circuit, there you called resonance frequency. Resonance frequency F naught is equal to 1 by 2 pi into under root of LC. This is the required expression for the frequency. The next topic is comparison of LC oscillations with the SHM. Comparison of LC oscillations with the SHM. Just now only we wrote d square q by dt square plus d square q by dt square plus 1 by LC into Q is equal to 0, which is compared with the general equation of the SHM, that is d square x by dt square plus omega square x is equal to 0. Omega square x is equal to what? 0. So here first we will discuss the first term. See here, in this equation x is indicating what? X is indicating what? Displacement of a particle which is executing in the SHM. So here on the left side I will write the LC oscillations, here we will write the SHM. So the first term here is indicated as x. So what is the x indicates? Displacement of a particle which is executing in the SHM. the displacement of a particle which is executing in the SHM will be equivalent to the electrical charge, will be equivalent to the electrical charge. And the second term is, so here omega square is equal to u root 1 by LC. Omega square is equal to what? U root 1 by LC. So omega value is equal to 1 by under root LC. Omega value is equal to what? 1 by under root LC. So here, what is the omega? Angular frequency. Angular frequency. In the case of the mechanical oscillations, if a mass loaded spring, if you consider, so there the expression for the omega is equal to under root k by m. Under root k by m. So what is the k here? The k will be indicating the spring constant or force constant. Spring constant or force constant. Next, already we told, in the case of the mechanical energy, that is the potential energy will be equivalent to the electrical energy that is stored in the case of the capacitor. So that the potential energy value is equal to what? Half k x square. Here the potential energy value is equal to what? Q naught square by 2c. So here, if you compare these two equations, 1 by 2 will be remain same. Okay, already you told displacement is equal to charge, so x square is equal to q naught square. So from these two, if you compare, 1 by c value is equal to k. 1 by c value is equal to what? K. So here k is indicating what? Spring constant or a force constant. The spring constant or a force constant in the case of the SHM will be equal to what? 1 by c. Reciprocal of the capacitance. Is equal to what? K value. So already we told electrical energy in the case of the capacitor will be is equal to potential energy at the extreme position. So here, if you compare these two equations, you will get 1 by c is equal to what? K. 1 by c is equal to what? K. Next one, LC oscillations, SHM. So here, charge will be equivalent to what? Displacement. So dx by dt. What is the dx by dt? Velocity is equal to what? Rate of change of displacement. So if you took the rate of change of the electrical charge, that is nothing but dq by dt. Therefore, I is equal to dq by dt. Here v is equal to what? Dx by dt. So here the electrical current in the case of the LC circuit, will be is equal to the velocity of a particle which is executing in the SHM. Electrical current value will be is equal to what? Velocity. Next one, already I told the kinetic energy in the case of the SHM. Will be equal to magnetic energy that is stored in the case of the inductor coil. So that what is the magnetic energy that is stored in the case of the inductor coil? Half Li square. Again, once you compare these two equations, 1 by 2 will be the constant, current will be equal to the velocity, so that in the place of the mass, which physical quantity will be there? Inductance. So that the mass in the case of the SHM will be is equal to what? Inductance. So the inductance capital L will be similar to the mass that was present in the case of the SHM. So like this, so many physical quantities we have to compare in the case of the LC oscillations and SHM. So this is about comparison of SHM as well as the LC oscillations. See here, we are again going to compare the LC oscillations with oscillations of a mass loaded spring. Already I told potential energy value will be is equal to the electrical energy, and the kinetic energy value will be is equal to the magnetic energy. mechanical potential energy value is equal to what? Electrical energy which is stored in the case of the capacitor, and kinetic energy value will be equivalent to the magnetic energy that is stored in the case of the capacitor. So I consider the first case. These diagrams are given in NCERT textbook. So in that the first diagram will be represented by like this. So in the first diagram, so here the key will be open. Whatever the plug key will be, we consider key K, that key K will be open. So whenever the key K will be open, is the current will be flowing through the circuit? No, there is no current is flowing through the circuit. Whenever there is no current is flowing through the circuit, the energy stored in the case of the inductor coil is equal to 0. Why? The magnetic energy formula is equal to half Li square, so that the magnetic energy which is stored in the case of the inductor coil is equal to 0, so that whatever the initial energy will be there, that initial energy will be stored in the case of the capacitor only, so that whenever the key will be open, the electrical energy which is stored in the case of the capacitor will be maximum, and there is no energy will be stored in the case of the inductor coil. Now, coming to the oscillations of a loaded spring, already we told electrical energy will be equivalent to what? Potential energy of the mass loaded spring. So that initially we assuming that the mass will be placed, the body will be placed at the positive extreme position, So whenever the object will be placed at the positive extreme position, potential energy will be maximum, and the kinetic energy value is equal to 0. That only we wrote. Whenever the object will be placed at the extreme position, its the kinetic energy is equal to 0 and the potential energy value will be maximum. Now, we released the object. So whenever the object will be released, it came into the motion. Now, the second case, what we assume, some second diagram will be there in your textbook. Again, whenever the object will be came in between the positive extreme position and the mean position, so that at this instant the potential energy value is not is equal to 0, kinetic energy value is also not is equal to 0. Once again, whenever the object will be released from the extreme position, so the object will be placed, the object will be coming in between the extreme position as well as the mean position. So whenever the object will be in between the extreme position as well as the mean position, it is having two types of energies. One is potential energy as well as the kinetic energy. So both the energies does not be equal to 0. So which is similar to the whenever the plug key K will be closed, in this case, the second diagram, so electrical energy value is not is equal to 0. Because of some current will be flowing through the circuit, the magnetic energy which is stored in the case of the inductor is also not equal to 0. So there is some similarities are there between the mechanical oscillations as well as the LC oscillation. Next, third case is what? Whenever the object will be came at the mean position, so whenever the object will be at the mean position means what? Kinetic energy will be maximum. Potential energy is equal to what? 0, which is equivalent to the, so whenever the total charge on the capacitor will be is equal to 0, the maximum energy will be stored. In the case of the inductor coil, and the electrical energy stored in the case of the capacitor will be is equal to 0. Like this, we can explain the comparison of LC oscillations as well as the mechanical oscillations. This is about comparison of LC oscillations and mechanical oscillations. Next concept, energy of LC oscillations, energy of LC oscillations. Already we told in the case of the LC oscillations, initially what we assume, there is a maximum charge will be stored on the capacitor plates. Maximum charge will be stored on the capacitor plates whenever the key will be open. So whenever the key will be closed, the charge will be discharging from the capacitor plates. As a result, some electrical current will be flowing through the LC circuit. I am assuming that at any instant, the charge present on the capacitor plates is equal to Q of t is equal to Q naught into cos omega t. What I am assuming that the instantaneous charge which was present over the capacitor plates is equal to what? Q of t is equal to Q naught into cos omega t. So whenever some charge will be flowing through the circuit, current is also existing. Current is equal to what? dq by dt. Current I is equal to what? dq by dt. If you differentiate this equation, you will get I is equal to d by dt of q naught into cos omega t. Q naught into what? Cos omega t. Here q naught will be the constant value, and a derivative of cos function is equal to what? Minus sin function, so that you will get I value is equal to minus q naught into omega into sin omega t. I value is equal to what? Minus q naught into omega into sin omega t. Now we have to calculate electrical energy value which is stored in the case of the capacitor, as well as the magnetic energy which is stored in the case of the inductor coil. So that we know that electrical energy at any instant, which is given by U suffix E is equal to what? Q square by 2C. U suffix C is indicating what? Electrical energy which is stored in the case of the capacitor at any instant. So that this value is equal to 1 by 2C. What is the Q value here? Q naught into cos omega t whole square. So this is what? Electrical energy which is stored in the case of the capacitor. We will simplify that value. U suffix E is equal to electrical energy is equal to what? Q naught square by 2C into cos square omega t. Q naught square by 2C into what? Cos square omega t. Let it be equation number 3. So this is the instantaneous energy. Which is stored in the case of the capacitor. So here the term Q naught square by 2C. So Q naught square by 2C is indicating what? The maximum energy which is stored in the case of the capacitor initially. So Q naught square by 2C term is indicating what? The maximum electrical energy which is stored in the case of the capacitor plate initially at t is equal to 0. Now, I want to calculate the magnetic energy. The magnetic energy which is stored in the case of the inductor coil is equal to, the general formula is equal to what? Half into L into I square. So therefore, this value is equal to half into L into, what is the I value here? I value is equal to minus Q naught into omega into sin omega t. So therefore, minus Q naught into omega into sin omega t, which is whole square is there. So that if you simplify that, 1 by 2 L Q naught square omega square sin square omega t. So U suffix B, that is magnetic energy which is stored in the case of the inductor coil is equal to what? Half into L into Q naught square omega square into sin square omega t. But you know that already we derive omega is equal to 1 by under root LC. That implies omega square is equal to 1 by LC. Omega square value is equal to what? 1 by LC. So if you substitute the value here, 1 by 2 L into Q naught square into omega square means what? 1 by LC into sin square omega t. So here LL will be getting cancelled. So you got UB is equal to 1 by 2 into Q naught square into 1 by C into sin square omega t. We will simplify that value as U suffix B is equal to Q naught square by 2C into sine square omega t. Let it be equation number 4. U suffix b, magnetic energy is equal to what you got here? Q naught square by 2c into sine square omega t. Sine square omega t. Again, this term will be indicating what? Q naught square by 2c is also indicating the maximum energy that is stored in the inductor coil. So again, the factor Q naught square by 2c is also indicating what? The maximum energy which is stored in the case of the inductor coil. Since the energy will be conserved, it is converting from the electrical form to the magnetic form, so that the maximum electrical energy value will be equal to what? Maximum magnetic energy. So here I am adding the equations 3, 4. Adding the equations 3, 4, which is giving the total energy at any instant in the case of the LC oscillator. Total energy at any instant in the case of the LC oscillator. Either equation 3, equation 4 will be indicating what? Energy at any instant. So that I want to calculate the total energy which is stored in the case of the LC circuit at any given instant, so that U total is equal to sum of the electrical energy as well as the magnetic energy. So that electrical energy formula is equal to Q naught square by 2c cos square omega t plus magnetic energy value is equal to what? Q naught square by 2c sine square omega t. Q naught square by 2c sine square omega t. If you took the common factor of Q naught square by 2c as a common, so this value becomes to be cos square omega t plus sine square omega t. It is in the form of cos square theta plus sine square theta, whose value is equal to what? 1. So that the total energy at any instant will be equivalent to Q naught square by 2c. Total energy at any instant is equal to what? Q naught square by 2c. That is, total energy will be remain same as that of the initial energy that is stored in the case of the capacitor, or the maximum energy that is stored in the case of the inductor coil, so that energy neither be created nor be destroyed. It will be changes from one form to the another form. So the same thing we proved in the case of the mechanical oscillations also. In the mechanical oscillations, at any instant, total energy will be constant. What is the total energy formula in the case of the oscillations? Half m omega square a square, which is always a constant at any point in the case of the mechanical oscillations. The same thing here we proved in the case of the LC oscillations. Initially the energy will be in the form of electrical energy. Finally it is converting into what? Magnetic energy. Again it is converting from magnetic energy to the electrical energy, which will be takes place continuously in the regular time intervals, so that will be calling as LC oscillations. This is about LC oscillations.